If you don't already know, there's a couple of kinds of mics out there. The thing that I'm passionate about is that I hate the Blue Yeti. I don't think that it's a great microphone for most podcasters. I will say, and I'll backpedal just a tiny bit, that it's possible that you could find a way to make a Blue Yeti work better, but it's going to be more challenging because a Blue Yeti is technically, it is a condenser microphone. Condenser microphone, for lack of a better way to explain it, kind of came from the original microphone, which was a ribbon microphone. What they have is basically a ribbon, and it basically picks up anything, any sound that happens, makes that vibrate so that it can pick up that sound. They are very sensitive. So condenser mics are very, very sensitive. This means they pick up all of your breaths, all of your chair noises, all of your tapping, all of the outdoor noise, all of the people walking by, your kids, the mailman, the dogs barking. It'll pick it all up. And you're breathing, it'll pick it all up. The opposite kind of microphone is called a dynamic microphone, a dynamic mic. A dynamic mic is less sensitive, and you almost have to be right next to it in order for it to really pick up that sound. So it has a harder time picking up sounds that are farther away. You've got to be right next to it in order for it to pick up that sound. What I like about the dynamic microphone is that I've got a car driving by right now, or it's a motorcycle. It's pretty loud. You probably can't hear it, to be honest. You probably cannot hear it. The reason why is the mic that I'm using is a dynamic microphone, and it's really only going to try to pick up the sound that's right next to it. It's going to dole out almost everything else. You might be able to hear some of my chair noise because this chair is real squeaky, but for the most part, you're not going to pick up almost anything else with a dynamic mic. When we're talking about dynamic and condenser, there's this other term that starts with a C, cardioid, that comes about. And just like I did right in front of you, just like I mistakenly said the wrong one, they aren't, even though they both start with a C, they're not the same thing. The condenser microphone is the sensitive one. Cardioid, all that really means is it's directional. So you might say, you might say my dynamic mic is a cardioid mic, which means that I can't use it because it has that starts with a C. You also might say, no, this isn't a condenser mic, it's a cardioid mic, because it says right here, but it actually can be both. What cardioid means is basically it means it's directional. Is it going to pick up what's in front of it, behind it, around it, everything? What is the directional? And that is the cardioid part. The condenser means it's the type that's ultra sensitive. Dynamic means it's less sensitive. Cardioid means that it's more directional. And so you can have a directional mic, whether it's dynamic or condenser. Now I'm getting confused with myself. You can have a directional cardioid mic, whether it's a condenser or a dynamic. And what that's going to be is it's going to be able to say if it's picking up what side of the mic that you should be speaking into. And with that said, if you're using some of these mics and you're on the wrong side of it, then it actually won't work as well. You'll actually have a hard time hearing.